fucking name? Hold on. Let me look it up. Server 27. What's it? Yeah, his name is River. Yeah, River Ward. Yeah, hey, you never did the River Ward quest line?
Nope.
Sucks for you. I didn't really like him as a character, or well, I didn't care for him as a character, but he did have a good little quest line. I'll give him that.
I never did that, so I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, no, he is bisexual. Actually, the funny thing about his romance is that his is the most out of fucking nowhere one.
Really?
It is literally, it is basically just fucking chosen by. There's a point where you sit with them on top of like a fucking water like tower thing, one of those, and you're having a beer with them, and you can choose to kiss him or not.
All right. What was it to say? Did you ever do the race the street race quest lines?
No, because I hate racing video games.
Okay. So I learned something from that doing that because I did them because they're not horrid. They're all
Well, I
right.
also specifically hated driving in this fucking game.
Yeah, it's
I
rough.
found it atrocious. So I was
It's
like,
it's
oh,
rough.
okay, well, I don't like racing mini games in general, and I hate this game's driving. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not gonna do them.
I will say I went through the Johnny quest lines, got his freaking Porsche, and just creamed everything because it was
Oh wow, you were
fast.
able to you were able to do Johnny's quest lines. I wasn't
I'm sorry,
because
Griffin.
they never loaded.
Um, but fucking he like you get his Porsche and it just slaps when it comes to like the stats. But anyways, so but you know the chick who gives that to you, right? Like gives that quest that starts with quest on the bartender lady.
Yeah, yeah, her.
Oh, I forget her name. Yeah, no, like I was sitting there and all like I'm sitting there talking to her after one of the races, and then all of a sudden she just drops. Yeah, after my transition, and I was like, hold the fuck. One, out of nowhere. Two, I need a moment. Three, that explains the body size.
You know, I always did think, damn, she's extra thick. That's kind of weird. She's not a romance option.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh well. Guess I'll have sex with Panham. Oh well, now I know why. No, 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 oh god, no, you know what? You know what that comes with? That comes with fucking that comes with something in Far Cry 6 where basically the same thing happened.
Like I like part of me is like part of me part of my exasperation with it is more of just because it came out of nowhere and I was like, oh fuck. It was literally a situation of they all came out of nowhere lightning fast and kicked Chuck Norris's cowboy ass. Right?
Well, you see, here's the thing though, is that like on one hand, because I get what you mean, I do agree. Like it's one of those like, oh, that was out of nowhere and kind of pointless.
But
But
I would much prefer stuff like that be handled in that way where it's just casually mentioned instead of being like a main point and
exactly.
being the identity. That's one of the reasons like the movie Jungle Cruise I talked about a few times saying that like it handled its scene talking about it well because it wasn't blatantly because the guy wasn't blatantly oh I'm gay, it was more of he kind of talked around the issue but made his point clear and it wasn't a situation of in your face or anything.
You mean he wasn't like Newan?
Yeah, or whatever that other kid's name was.
Uh, God, which one? There were like three or four.
Well, Naywan, okay, no, Naywan wasn't as bad. Naywan was just out.
You're out of your crack smoking mind.
Okay, no, he was just out loud and proud, right? The other kid, I forget his name, but I remember right. Like he had on like he and I had a AP together one year, right? And he had on black t-shirt and black pants, right? And I forget what color his shoes were, but he's saying something about how he liked the shirt and he liked the pants, and I had just said something casually like, I was just like, hey man, because he and I were actually talking, and I was like, hey man, I think it would look better with like some more color on it, just as a contrast, right? Like a little bit of color to contrast the black.
Little did Jacob know.
Little did I know, I poked a fucking beehive because he whips around and just starts going, why do you think I need color? Is it because I'm gay? I'm like, no, I just think the outfit would look better with... Well, it's because I'm gay, isn't it? That's why you're saying that. I'm like, no,
Here's the thing.
I was just being friendly.
Jacob. Here's the thing, Jacob. Nawan did the exact same thing. You just never saw it.
I was like, I never saw him do anything. So like, that's why I say, oh, he wasn't all that bad.
Jacob, the amount of times I have had to hear about that man bitch and moan about how hard it was to be gay in Windsor, where no one gave a singular fuck about that shit.
Yeah.
So frustrating. Because his whole fucking family really didn't care, from what I could fucking tell from it. They all seemed to be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, it is what it is. And all the fucking school, who in the school cared, Jacob? Tell me.
Madison. That was about it.
Yeah, but she liked him because he was gay.
Yeah.
That's different. That's getting fucking support. All that did, because he went from being someone that no one liked because he was fucking annoying to now he has an instant fucking friend. So that it just rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't give a fuck he was gay. I gave a fuck he was annoying about it.
There was fucking
so annoying about it.
We always talk about, because then there was Drew, fucking Andrew. That's a whole basket. His sister wasn't bad. Somewhat, very much somewhat. His two sisters, I'll say that.
Listen, no man, boy, human should wear pants that tight that often.
Yeah, like I am all for do what you will, but
or shorts either.
At least not with that body size.
It was just.
I'm sorry, he didn't pull off high water mama jeans at all.
Oh God, stop it! You fucking gross.
He was also just a dick.
He was also one of the potential suspects for the phantom bathroom sex ordeal that Joe fucking heard.
What?
You don't remember this?
No.
You don't remember what he would talk about when he would talk about how he had went to the fucking bathroom one lunch period and he just heard two guys in the bathroom having sex and just noped out.
How much you would have bet it was Drew and Maywan?
I don't know who it was, but I think he said it was likely Drew and someone. I don't think he was able to recognize the other voice.
I remember we came out of the goddamn locker rooms at gym class one time, right? And I kid you not, Javion was having some alone time in the locker room bathrooms.
Yo! Is that why you always smelled like a barber shop and or pancakes? Was he covering the scent?
Because I kid you, like, it would be one thing if, like, we came out and we heard what sounded like skin on skin, and he was like, no, I was just scratching my leg, right? But, and, like, it stopped, but, like, we hear this sound of just what sounds like skin rubbing on dry skin.
And he's a big boy, too, so that was loud as fuck.
Yeah, so we're like, Jamie, are you jerking off in there? He's like, no, I'm not. And the sound kept going.
It got faster.
It did!
He wanted you to know, Jacob.
He just kept going. We're like, dude, stop. He's like, oh, I'm not doing anything, man. And it didn't help that when we walked out of there, there was like light grunts of exertion.
You know what it's like. You know what it's like. Okay. Did you ever see the Key and Peele skit about the fucking crime scene masturbator?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So it basically goes, there's a fucking crime scene, blah blah blah's been murdered, and they're in this apartment, and uh fucking Jordan Peele comes in, and he's like this like fucking you know miracle detective who, if he just nuts all over a fucking crime scene, he can
Oh,
like
I think I
fucking see
have.
exactly what happened. And okay, do you remember the
Griffin,
final
Griffin,
scene where he
oh,
sees
Griffin,
the
Griffin,
person?
stop, stop. Oh.
What? What?
I am waiting for the pain to come.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I am sitting with my leg resting, my one leg resting on the other knee, and I shifted, and there was a pop.
God damn it, Jacob, not again.
And not in my knees either.
Jacob, did you bust a nut?
Yes, I did. I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was scary because it didn't hurt as much as I thought it was going to. uh,
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. But no, speaking of Key and Peele, though, it reminded me. Have you seen the one where like they're like the fucking actors on a set, but they're acting out like they're gangsters?
Yeah.
And it's the whole one where that's like the one dude who's like extremely British, and the dude's like, I grew up in the literal on the literal street we're on in this movie. He's like, no, you're just not selling that you're from this place. He's like, I literally am.
But no, as I was fucking saying, no. So it's like it fucking ends with like him seeing the guy who's viewing them with like fucking looking at them out the windows and fucking masturbating himself. They just fucking lock eyes and keep going. I imagine that's what it was like.
So what you're saying
if
is,
would have gone in there and looked at Javion, he would have just fucking kept going.
so what you're saying is to have caught Valis, we needed to have jerked off.
No, but that would have got you a much different outcome. I'll give you that much.
Locks eyes with Valis, immediately starts furiously masturbating.
I mean, you'd have lost another fucking character after Clint shot you for jerking off in his establishment.
No, not there, at the standoff.
I think you would have just got fucking arrested for indecent exposure.
We don't take con later, public masturbators here. Off with his fucking head.
They were not that British. How dare you?
What are we gonna do? When are we gonna have the resolution of that situation?
Probably after Joe's session 0.
Okay.
Probably.
So I will say it's the weekend of it's gonna be the 4th. Is I figured out it's when the next weekend is gonna be.
Yeah,
That
but I
we
mean,
should be able to.
That's mind you, if we have the session 0, because his girlfriend's schedule and all has to be with it as well. But yeah, no, we'll have that stunning conclusion that we probably could have got to on that day if someone didn't. But it's what it is. It is what it is.
I said something because like you know me as a DM, I kind of act like I'm flustered or mad at a lot of things, right? And you guys are like, why the fuck are you mad? And a lot of times I'm not actually mad. Like, and I made this clear with my D&D, my other players. I was like, look, I'm never gonna be mad at you guys for being clever. I'm just gonna be like, whenever I'm mad or exasperated, that's not me being mad at you. That's me being mad at me for like going, that's fucking actually a decent idea. Why didn't I think of that as a possibility? Like that, I told them.
Leaving all those kobolds in that sewer.
Okay, other than that, I was like, okay, I was like, that genuinely exasperated me and made me think, what the fuck. But I was like, other than that, because like there was a few things that they were doing, like, okay, and they're like, and like I think I kind of came across as being like mad at them for trying these things, but it's like I was like, no, I'm not. I'll never be mad at you guys for coming up with ideas other than just attacking an enemy for diffusing a situation, right? Like using you know, a bow and arrow to fling rope over a distance to set up you know, a tripping hazard, stuff like that. Like I'll never be me mad at you guys for trying that stuff. But but yeah, because I had to explain that to them. And so I was like, I feel bad.
No, don't lie. You don't feel bad. You just feel pain from your aching joints that you keep fucking ruining.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm trying to lose weight. Which, hey, I've dropped 10 pounds from where I was, so.
But like, where were you though?
I was
Like,
at 320.
320 North Boulevard, like, is that a coordinate?
320 pounds.
This is making much less sense. I'm just asking where you were when you dropped 10 pounds. Did you drop it on someone, or
I dropped it on Abby.
Oh, that probably didn't do anything. That shit probably just sprung back up and fucking went towards you.
I did tell you about that though, right? Where I dropped the fucking shot put on her foot.
No.
So we were at track and field practice, right? And she did field events like I did. We both did shot put and discus. And she was getting on my nerves one day, and we were both practicing with the lightweight just to get technique down. With the 8-pound shot put, and which was regulation for what girls use. I had to throw a 12-pound, or in some cases a 16-pound. Which, holy hell, will that fuck up your arm if you mess up that? But we're sitting there going, like, trading off, going back and forth, and I went to go hand it to her, and I turned my hand over a good 6 inches above her hand and let go and let it drop.
Jake.
And it hit her hand. Her wrist folded like a bad poker hand, and it went straight to her foot.
Now, see, my real question though is, why was her foot jutting out so much that it was under her hand?
Don't ask me. It's Abby.
Really close to her body? Did she like get into a fucking before? Did she like give you a bunch of attitude and like fucking like cock her hips and put her foot out?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like
I
it.
think this was the inciting incident that made it so Downing instituted a rule where we couldn't be. We weren't allowed to be at the same station at the same time.
Damn. Worst I did was call her crayon stupid.
You know what got her the maddest at me though?
What?
Just being a genuinely decent person to her.
Oh yeah, it wasn't this time where like you were trying to be like really nice to her, so, like because you didn't want there to be a bunch of conflict and shit. And you was like,
no,
God, stop fucking talking to me.
No, it was like something was like, I was having a genuinely really fucking good day. I forget what it was, but I was just having a damn good day. Right?
No one beat you till you pooped yourself?
No, it was a day where I hadn't dealt with any bullshit. I was just having a good day. So I go to track practice and I'm like, oh, hey guys, what's up? And talking to everybody and just, oh, hey, you know, okay, that's cool, Abby. You know, just talking to her. Like, I was just in a really good mood. She's like, why are you doing this? What do you mean, man? I'm in a good mood. Why are you being nice to me? Why shouldn't I be nice to you, man? Like, you haven't done me wrong. Stop that. It's weird. What do you mean it's weird? I'm just being a genuinely decent person to you. She started screaming at me. And I forget if it was Mosley or Downing who came over. Which, first of all, both of those teachers are not the kind of, like, Downing somewhat, but Mosley and Downing are not the kind of people I would expect be leading the track team. Like Downing, I can see he has the age and the experience, but Mosley,
I actually no, I lie. The maddest I ever made her was not when I called her crayon stupid. It was it was when we had to work together on that goddamn project. We had to sit together in that fucking English class where I decided to make a funny, Jacob. Okay, let me set up the funny for you. All right. So remember when like they first started trotting out all the project based learning shit, and
mm-hmm.
like every fucking class had some dumbass presentation where they were all talking about how, oh, working together makes the whole group better and all that bullshit. Well, for
which
this one, go ahead.
I was
Go
like,
ahead,
which isn't
sweetheart.
even the fucking goal of project-based learning.
Yeah.
The goal
Um,
isn't teamwork. The goal of project-based learning is its whole thing is, hey, we understand that not everybody is learns the best when it comes to testing. So here's an option that you can give students instead of making them do a final test.
yeah. And instead of doing that, what they said was, well, fuck it. Let's do it with all of it. Let's make it mandatory
Mm-hmm.
and let's not give them any options.
Yeah,
And they did the whole group work like fucking propping up, basically propaganda thing to make kids more comfortable with it, which did not work.
they did group work, which anybody if anybody who teaches listens to this, first of all, what the fuck are you doing? Um, are you I understand teaching makes people depressed. My mom's a teacher, but like it's a rough job. Why are you watching us? Other than that, like seriously,
So,
projects like group projects don't do shit. You'll get maybe one group that goes full socialist and divvies up the work equally among people, where it's like, oh, you do this part, you do this part, you do this part. But 9 times out of 10, you know what it ends up being? It ends up being someone like myself or Griffin here who does 90% of the work and everybody else just eats off of it.
well, you see, it was that for a while. And then I was like, you know what? I pulled a Zach and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be a lazy piece of trash and just not help unless I'm asked to. They can go fuck themselves. No, I'm not going to do it for you.
Is it
You can
was this the Latin
suck my
one?
dick. No, no, that's another story I'll get to. Um, no. I started doing that when uh AP English came around. They kept giving us group work, and I was like, you know what? Unless someone asks me to fucking help, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not going to. I don't care. I might do my own thing, is presented in a way that I can.
But
But otherwise,
Griffin,
I don't give a fuck. I didn't want to take this class. Fuck you.
AP English with Miss Scott was so fun.
Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't AP English. AP Literature. Let me correct that.
AP Lit.
And no, I hope that she suffers a small heart attack and in a coma for the rest of her life. I don't wish death upon her. That'd be far too merciful. Anyways, um, so as I was saying, so they gave us this little propaganda piece, and the thing they used for it was geese, and they were talking about how when fly and their flocks, they all fly together in a formation, and it helps them. And it did this really cringy thing where it was like, if we were just a little bit more like geese and would work together on this, we would find this a lot easier. And
You know what I wanted for stuff like that?
uh
I wanted just a little Liberty Prime action figure. Boop. Communism is unacceptable.
um
Because that's what that was. That
so
was that was workplace communism. Damn it!
funny you mentioned communism. We'll get to that.
That she was a commie.
So no. We'll get to that. We'll get to it. It's coming. It's coming. I have my brand of storytelling. I'll get to fuck. We are at the end of it. They give us like a little fucking thing, and in our table groups, because they put all the fucking desks together and shit. And our groups were supposed to answer the questions together, collaborate on them. And one of the questions was, what was the main point of the PowerPoint, and they're all discussing. And eventually, one of them asked me. It wasn't Abby, I don't think. And I was like, "Well, clearly, this PowerPoint is trying to dictate to us that geese are the superior race, and how geese working together can just accomplish anything and everything. The whole time it's just telling us, hey, if we were just more like geese, we'd get so much more done. So clearly, this is just telling us that geese are better than us in every way.
I know where this is going.
And my God, that could not have possibly turned off any fucking more. He got so angry.
Let me guess. She was all,
Oh
"No,
my
it's
God.
actually this."
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Like, oh my God, you're not taking this seriously. He's not saying that at all. And she got very upset with me. And I was just like, listen, I'm just saying what I saw from it. That's clearly what it is. And the other two people of the group got the joke I was fucking making and just kept fucking prodding her along by playing along with it and agreeing with me, which I'll give them that. They were cool for that. And at one point, she could I don't even know how it he called worse Hitler. No, so it's pretty cool. I know that's what she called me Hitler, and I said honestly I'd rather be Stalin. He had a higher kill count, and she was like, "Oh my God, so you're actually worse than Hitler." I just went along with it until she got so mad that she left and went to the bathroom.
Oh God. Oh God.
Uh,
If you booed at that joke, then you might as well leave now. It's gonna get worse from here.
the Latin one was so we had Latin in our high school. Genuinely speaking, it was a good class, and it was taught by a good man, who unfortunately was dealt just the shittiest hand in life, but who's very passionate about Latin.
Mm-hmm.
His students not so much, except for like me and a couple others at times. But I
Okay,
was
real quick. Did you know that Mr. Crawford apparently worked for like the Department of Defense or like Homeland Security before he was a teacher?
yes, he told us.
Yeah, I remember. You don't know. You remember? You know what? How I found out
Oh,
when he was walking us through the perfect strategy for taking down this area.
Oh yeah, no, he did the first two. He talked about how, like, if a fucking he actually talked once about how, if a nuclear bomb were to drop, that we would just be annihilated because they're gonna aim for our massive shipyards and all the government buildings around us first. And those yields are large enough that we just be screwed. He said it just like that too, with like the weird laughing thing he would do as he would run out of breath. Um,
Yeah, he's
I miss
like,
that
oh
guy.
yeah, no, we'll just best way to do it would be to hit the hit the bridges first and watch the civilians have no way to get in or out, or all the military is able to handle it, but everything would be screwed. Infrastructure, industry, everything.
Yeah, it was a cool guy. Um, especially with his reaction to me and Liam's fucking proposal for a theory Roman city in which we had a quarantine pit where if there was ever a plague, we just throw the sick people in the fucking pit and burn them later. Um, which he was actually more supportive of than I thought he would be. So that was cool. Anyways, fuck.
1 second.
Ah, God damn you. So, Twitch gamers, how's it going? Everyone, Everyone doing really doing good. Fuck. This is weird. Okay. Okay. Well, just filling in space and air and Jacob leaving for random things. Yeah. All right. This is the G-Man Show.
Alrighty, sorry. Just getting plans finalized because I am going to my sister's tonight for a pre-Thanksgiving kind of thing since she'll be busy on Thanksgiving Day and won't be able to come to the big family gathering.
Yeah. So, anyways, um, we have this Latin class, and this was in I want to say it was in my third and final year of Latin, because to get an advanced diploma, you had to take 3 years of a foreign language, and I chose to just do mine all after the other because that way it'd be fresh in my mind, and I actually did somewhat enjoy it. Um, so like Roman history and all that, that was a big part of it as well. Anyways, one of the
You can't
you
like
know,
Roman history. They were fascists.
shut up, you fucking Balkan bitch. Anyway, one of the big things we did there was we had these educational books for it, and we would just translate out of them. It was a fairly obvious thing you'd have to do. Just fucking write translations and shit. It was never really a big thing to be able to speak it because that was never expected of you in any way. All they really cared about was that you could read and write and translate. All that's all it really mattered for because it's Latin. They don't expect you to ever use it in a verbal sense. So in
Unless you're
coincidence
unless you're a video
learning
game developer,
or Powerwolf,
because everyone bastardizes Latin for their video games.
but in accordance to project-based learning things, he decided, all right, I'll give you all a group translation where it's like one of these big fucking sections of just Latin. It's like a fucking story, because all the books are set up in like stories, and the idea was like, hey, y'all just gotta get it all written out, and then we have the final one, just put it up on the whiteboard. So everyone, well, one of the girls, because I was the only boy in the fucking class at that point. It was not a blessing, I assure you.
Trust me, with our
They all
school,
start,
it was not.
yeah, they start divvying out, different paragraphs and shit to do. And if I remember correctly, I think I was given two actually, because there was like an odd number considering how many of us there were. Um, I said fuck it though. I was like, it's gonna make more sense to me, and it's gonna give me better, practice to just do all of it. And I fucking I personally, I didn't really give a fuck about helping them or doing any of the stuff their way. So I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna do the whole fucking thing. Why not? Because I didn't mind translating. So I do it, and I'm about I'm on the final paragraph of a fair few. I think it was like maybe 6 or 7 or so. It was a lot of fucking writing. That's what I remember. I'm on the final one, just starting it, and then I hear a small disagreement as the rest of them have just finished theirs. Meanwhile, I've sped through all of it at lightning accuracy because it was not difficult to do. And they're all just finishing their 1 to 2 paragraphs, and fucking they go up to Abby to ask her for her translation, and she looks at them because I looked up at this point. She looks at them with this like fucking. I can only describe it as like a "How dare you approach me, you peasant" look. And he's like, I didn't do it, with that exact fucking attitude. And there's like, wait, what do you mean you didn't do it? Like, I didn't do the translation. Gosh. And she goes back to looking at her fucking iPad, and they're like, you didn't fucking do it? And
Like,
they're fucking arguing and shit.
then you just pipe up
Oh,
with,
no, I did not pipe up.
oh, because you would care
One of
less.
them, yeah, I didn't give a fuck. I had my whole damn thing done. I was just gonna give it to Mr. Crowder and be like, hey, I just did the whole thing. Well, one of them, uh, musters up the courage to approach me as I'm sitting at the back of the classroom in my desk near the door, with my nice field of view on everything, so there's
Classic
no
school shooter
attackers that
chic.
can get to me. Um,
School shooter chic. Black pants, black shirt.
I wore jeans, you dickhead, and I wore white t-shirts with a black coat that was always open. Suck my dick. I'm
Open because you
sitting
had
there,
nothing to hide.
and one of them comes forward and is like, "Hey, hey, Griffin, can Abby didn't do her part, so could you do it?" And I just hold up my finger to like stop her, and I say, "I'm almost done. Give me a moment." And I was at that point, as they were doing this argument, I got into the last line of the final fucking paragraph. I finish it up, I take it out of my binder, and I just hand her the whole thing of the entire translation. She's like, "Oh, okay," and fucking awkwardly walks off back to the fucking groove. Like he did the whole thing. And
Yeah.
then they proceeded to start erasing the translations they had already written up there and just replaced it with what I fucking wrote. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. I started reading my novels again.
I had a moment like that as well in one of Miss Campbell's classes. I forget exactly what it was, but essentially it was like we were doing something, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, all this information we need for history, I have it in my brain. We don't need to look it up." They're like, "What? What do you mean?" I'm like, "I'm a history buff. I'm a big history buff. Here's all the information for this group project." And they're just like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, no, but I mean,
Oh, that's right.
fucking,
You never had Miss Simmons then.
nope, never had her
Count
because
that as a blessing.
I, I mean, I suppose I will, but I mean, I didn't fucking enjoy any of the English teachers I had.
Miss Simmons was Spanish.
Oh,
That's why I said, oh, you never
now
had her
let me
then.
be honest with you. She doesn't sound like a Spanish woman, Jacob.
She doesn't. Oh, also she knows her Spanish. She knows her Spanish. But
Are you sure, or are you only saying that because she's the one who taught you?
no, because she could hold a full conversation in it. Like she was fairly fluent. But she did speak Spanish like she did speak Spanish like a native English speaker, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so like no accent at all.
Like there was a slight accent to it, but it was that over pronunciation of vowels and syllables.
Ah, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
So hold on now. So are we talking better or worse than Peggy Hill?
Better because it was more natural, but on par with how it kind of comes across. But she generally, like 9 times out of 10, was actually saying what she meant to say.
So more accurate, but not much better sounding.
By followers and viewers on bigfollows.com.
Could she?
She could make a mean tortilla.
Well, no, but could she play Boggle with the best of them?
No, she was not Peggy Hill, damn it.
Are you sure? Did she not have what was it? Her Frito-Lay pie or fucking what was it that she had? She had the Brown Betty.
It was the Frito pie.
Frito pie.
That a recipe, a native Texas dish that I found the recipe for on the back of a box of Fritos.
There's also Spa Peggy and Meatballs.
Stop.
Oh, that was a great one. Can I also say, am I the only one that wanted to play Propane?
What?
Did you not see that episode, you piece of shit?
No, there's a lot of episodes that I haven't seen.
Oh my god, dude, you need to see Propane, where fucking these. So the basic premise of it is Hank sees Bobby playing on a Game Boy, and he's like, "God dang it, Bobby, stop playing on that Game Boy." And he's like, Dad, I'm doing homework. He's like, the fuck are you talking about? You're doing homework. He's like, yeah, no, instead of gym, we have video game class now. They said that's not exactly what they call it. And so he goes down to bitch and moan about this. And he gets it shut down. And Bobby actually starts
after this.
And Bobby actually starts taking like fitness seriously and shit like that. And he's doing that and all. And these two people that were like running the class happened to be like these minor game developers, and they were so impressed by Hank and his workplace and all that they made a game called Propane that was basically GTA but with Hank Hill.
Okay. So I'm a big guy, right? And I've been a big guy since you've known me, right?
Yeah.
So imagine, I think it was sophomore year, Jacob. Right? Same proportions as everything, just slightly smaller.
Okay.
So, do you remember the game that they would have us that Pringle would have us play Speedball?
Yes.
So we're playing Speedball, and I loved gym class. Honestly, I love playing all those games and shit. And at one point, I was doing something, or like I ran into somebody, and the lens got knocked out of my glasses. Right. So I find the lens, I find my glasses, I go over to the side, I pop the lens back in, clean off the lenses real quick, and as I turned around, the opposing team had the ball right in front of me, and I just sprint out of nowhere, grab the ball and take it straight to the goal. I'm pretty sure I scared the shit out of whoever had the ball. Because imagine my 200 and at the time about 50-pound ass coming out of nowhere and just appearing in front of you. Like a goddamn ghost, just whoosh. And literally, like, I ran past and everybody fucking froze and looked over at me and it was like, oh shit.
Sounds like the opposite spectrum. I fucking hated gym, but I don't think that's surprising to anyone.
That's okay. I had a nice moment in gym one time, right? Where it was like one of those fucking, where it was like a fucking told you so moment. Playing speedball. For those of you who don't know, speedball is essentially take football, basketball, and soccer, marry them all. So
There's no basketball and speedball.
Yes, there is. You could shoot baskets.
There is no basketball in speedball. That is more akin to blind handball, because no one in that fucking school can shoot a goddamn jumper to save their life.
It was more akin to slam ball.
No, because slam ball is entertaining and the best thing ever.
Does it say something that the best basketball team we had was the Tri-Rivers team?
Yeah, it really does.
Anyways, so for those who don't know, slam ball.
This is just the slightest digression. Do you fucking remember that one goddamn Tri-Rivers game where we got blown the fuck out and everyone was like getting on that one kid on the other team, and everyone was like, yo, he's not special. He doesn't have any disabilities, you motherfucker.
Everybody's like,
you can't trick us with that.
That was Lewis. Everybody's like, you got a fucking high functioning autist to get on that team.
You know, you got a fucking ringer. And they found out though. No, because they found out exactly what was wrong with them. Do you remember what it was?
No.
He had anger issues.
Oh my, yeah. Holy
it was a discipline case.
Yeah.
And he was lighting us up, and I was like, well, fuck, that's not fair.
This kid was popping threes from half fucking court.
Fucking crossovers. He was isoing the whole fucking time. They gave him the goddamn ball, and he went out there and started ankle-breaking special kids, which on one hand was hilarious. And on the other hand, they were our special kids, so that was a problem.
No, they're our special kids, damn it. You don't get to cross their ass.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, speedball.
but yeah, speedball. So essentially, you had three ways of scoring: shoot a basket, which nobody ever did because it only got you like 1 point. Score a goal in a soccer net that they had set up, which would give you like 2 points, and then touchdown, which you had to you couldn't just pick up the ball while in the end zone. You had to catch it in the end zone.
Yeah, it had to be a pass.
Yeah, it had to be a pass, and you had to be in the end zone. You couldn't like completely, not 1 foot in, not a foot and a half, a foot completely
Which caused many an argument that we did not have instant replays to solve.
in. And like other points of it was you couldn't dribble. No, you could dribble but only for a little bit, and then you had to pick it up and pass it, and you couldn't move once you'd done that. Or you could kick it like you could dribble it like in soccer, and keep on moving. And so most of the time it would be you're sitting there dribbling it like in soccer till you get down to their end, and then you're trying to look for the pass to get a touchdown because a touchdown is 6 points, right?
Yeah. Which worst scoring breakdown for a fucking made up gym game, by the way.
So I played goalie a good bit, and you remember Stevie?
Yes.
She was on my team all the time, right? And so you have to cover not only as the goalie, you're not only covering the basket or just the area of the net. That I could have done. I could have nailed that. You're also trying to cover the whole end zone because 9 times out of 10, when it was a good play that the other team was doing, you were the only one on that end of the field.
Yeah.
And so there would be lots of times where I'm trying to protect from a touchdown, which would give them 6 points, and then they'd get around me they'd usually just get around me because when it came to the short game, they were usually quicker, and they would get around me and score a goal, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, Stevie would get pissed off and yell at me. I'm like, I'm doing my best here. I'm the biggest person out here, sans Javion. You try and do a better job. And eventually got to the point she was like, fuck it, give me the goalie jersey. I was like, all right, bet. Handed her the goalie jersey, and immediately we got scored twice on.
Which, by the way, can we also mention, they never washed those.
Yeah, no, they didn't. They didn't.
Also, you saying sans Javion, I know what you meant by that, but I can't think of what you meant by that anymore.
No! No! Because he always wore hoodies, too!
That is just a disturbing thought.
The one blue glowing eye.
Blue, like that fucking barbershop liquid that he must have bathed in. I swear to God.
We don't. I will say, if you ever hear us talk about this kid, we don't just say that he smelled like maple syrup because he was fat. He genuinely smelled like maple syrup.
Yeah, it was either that or he smelled like legit, like that fucking blue liquid that you see in like an old school barbershop that they disinfect shit in.
Yeah, he really did. He was a cool guy though. Like,
Well, when he wasn't drinking valve oil in band class, he was.
Yeah, no, like he and I would chill and talk about shit while waiting for our turn in discus all the time, and we'd just start shooting the shit, talk about video games.
You know what was funny? I would always be so fucking mean to Javion because
if nobody's picked up yet, Griffin's an asshole.
I'm not an asshole. I'm not. Well, okay, listen. When I was on Vyvanse, I was an asshole.
You were an asshole.
But no, so it was it was literally the only reason I really did it was just to fuck with him because like he would try. The problem is he would try talking to me and like acting all buddy with me when like I barely fucking knew who he was. And it was only because I talked with Keontae. So I was like, who the fuck are you? Like, get away. And like he'd like fucking like wrap his big meaty arm around me and be like, ah, fuck, get off. So it was really because he chose the worst fucking way of fucking interacting with me. And they don't be like, Griffin, why are you so mean to me? I just want to be your friend. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Like, I don't know who you are.
Yeah, it was so pitiful. I was just like, God damn.
It was
like,
literally
he got mad about it too. That was the weird thing.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
Yeah, but it was so weird because he would never get mad about it. He'd just be like weirdly sad and shit, and then Keontae would go talk to him, and then he'd try again later. I was like, God damn.
It still cracks me up that he played goddamn Shrek.
I mean, it makes sense.
They got arguably one of, but Griffin. There's
What?
a timeline out there where Gunther fucking Perkins played Shrek.
I mean, yeah, but he's canonically Gaston in this universe.
I never saw him as Gaston, sadly.
Apparently, he did very good, which I mean, I can imagine so. I don't know. I didn't give a fuck about the theater shit.
I did. I actually enjoyed my time in the theater.
Well, you know what? That's good for you. It's very good for you. I'm glad you were happy with it. But you know what? We don't all get our ice cream sandwiches to fucking eat. God damn it.
Our ice cream sandwiches to yeet.
I'm still pissed off about that. Yeah. Oh Jesus. Oh God. That was a fucking painful burp. I think it's the first time we actually had like a fucking a silent moment.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. So, anyways, fuck Abby.
Yeah.
Utter bitch. God, I
I
hated her.
still love the look on her face when I said she looked like someone who would end up on 16 and pregnant.
What?
I didn't tell you about that.
No.
Okay. You must have heard Joe and I talk about how I roasted the shit out of her in Earth Science.
Yeah, you all talk about that a lot, but you never give details.
Okay. I said some shit because she was like, because she would always be like, because throughout the whole thing she was like, "Oh, I'm real fit," and I'm like, "No, you're fat as shit." And at one point I said, "You look like a reject from 16 and pregnant."
Oh my God.
Ah,
Oh,
oh
he
god.
legit said. Oh, he legit said, nah, you weren't pitiful enough for the fucking camera to want to keep you.
Fucking, oh, that shit was great. That whole
How do you
day.
not get a call back from 16 and pregnant?
Um, I think there was also the one where she was like, she goes, I'm building muscle," and I said, "Damn, muscle makes flat, not that round ass shit you got."
Yeah, she was not in any sort of shape because I'm not in shape. And I imagine, I know I could beat her in a fucking fight because she tried to get physical with me once and nothing happened from it. She
Yeah.
just sat there and pushed against me. It's
As
like when you
someone,
start putting your weight on someone, and by someone I mean me, which is really fucking weird when you do it. And instead of me holding my ground, and then eventually, as you put all of your fucking 300 pounds on me, slowly going, it was just, could you like not? It's like a dog
fucking,
trying to pull against you.
I was gonna say though, I was gonna say, as someone who is weirdly in shape, and I mean weirdly in the fact that I can be out of breath from running up the stairs one day, but then hit me up on a Saturday when I'm playing airsoft and I'm fucking fine running a 249 in full gear, barely even sweating, and I don't know how that works.
Oh, the Ahmaud Arbery trial has been concluded.
Mm.
Neat.
Um,
No, Jake, when you say you're in a weird shape, what you really mean is science has not given a name to the shape that you are in yet.
yeah,
It's
morbidly
somewhat of
obese.
a rhombus.
So my legs be built, but my arms are fucked.
Well, yeah, it's because you're carrying around all that fucking weight each day.
Dude, if I lost this weight, imagine just how fast my legs could probably move me.
Probably not that fast,
Imagine
but
how much faster underwater I could move without my stomach on me.
that's the part that worries me.
I'll reach my final form. I'll go from
I mean,
manatee to dolphin.
I don't want to imagine you as a dolphin. We already discussed this.
A furry dolphin.
No, God, you furries actually scare me.
How?
Or not scare me, but it's like people who have a fear of clowns. Like they're not really afraid of them for the most part. It's just like they make them very uncomfortable. But like that geez, that classic like anthro furry design that like you immediately fucking think of, it weirds me out.
I wouldn't have a problem with like the designs of some furry creatures if they actually brought in the influences from the animals they're trying to portray, right? Because like lots of times, from a fucking sphinx to a fucking like from a lion to a wolf to a whatever, they all look the same muzzle design, the same snout design, and then you'll get like you're just like what the fuck, and then like you have ones that actually bring in the designs of the creature, and I'm like those are okay, those are good. Like
Well, no, the real answer is that they're all bad, and we need to start a holy war against them. But we don't have the funding for that. Like I said,
apparently
sheer mind, reach out.
apparently not too far not too recently a furry got found to be grooming a 14-year-old.
Let me tell you, that's going to be happening a lot more often than you think. We just haven't found it.
Yeah, and they were also preaching zoophilia.
Yeah, no, none of that. Honestly, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Bestiality is more acceptable than an attraction to furries.
That's what zoophilia is, Griffin.
Well, yeah, but zoophilia makes it sound gross.
Kind of weirds you out when you realize there was a time in this country where zoophilia was legal.
I mean, when you really think about it, why would it be illegal?
Because it's wrong.
I mean, yeah, morally it's fucking wrong, but for the most part, all you're doing is fucking with the animal. No, wrong. I'm not supporting it.
You know what's
I'm glad it's illegal. It's more a thing of like, does it matter that fucking much? Not really.
I honestly think it was actually made illegal for the protection of the people.
That's possible because there have been people that have like died due to weird allergies and
No,
shit.
no, not even that. I think one of the inciting incidences was a man who had his colon crushed.
Well, Jacob, if you let me finish, I would move on to that as well. Dirty bastard.
Um, yeah.
That's a real deep dickin' though. When you're getting to a fucking colon.
Oh, fuck. I got something stuck in my thumb.
But let me ask you something, Jacob. I think this should be our final topic because there's no way either of us are going to be able to continue after this.
Why do you say that?
You ever heard of bug chasers?
No.
Oh. So you mean you never heard?
No, I'm saying no to this whole conversation.
No, I'm gonna treat as though you don't know. You've never.
I don't.
Heard
I don't, but I
the
don't want to.
of the gay men that chase after the HIV virus.
What?
Oh, so you really don't know?
No.
It is a subsect of the gay community, specifically with men. I don't know if there's
Female bug chases.
Yeah, I don't really think there, because I know it's much less common. But there are ones that specifically go out there to have unprotected sex with people that they either know are, as they put it, pause, so that they can get the gift, which is what they call it. They either call it the gift or the bug. And there are some horrific stories.
So what I'm hearing is the Church of Glam Rock is becoming a reality.
No, because even they would not condone people, pre-poking holes in condoms so that they could then tell people, oh yeah, I'm positive, but don't worry, I'll put on a condom. We'll be safe. And they're like, oh, great. And then they, of course, as I said, have it pre-broken. So they end up infecting them anyways. I imagine they don't agree with people doing that. or people sharing stories of how they have intentionally raped people just to give them the virus. I imagine they don't approve of that either. It is a dark subset in community.
Because the Circum Glamrock I'm talking about is the one from that one video game that I can never remember the name of. But essentially, like there's a whole joke where you're like ask if you can join up. They're like, yeah, but in order to do so, you have to take part in a 10-day cocaine party, and it was a 10-day cocaine bender, and receive 4 STD blessings.
Yeah, no, it's just one STD. It's just one. It's you can find whole videos on it. There's some fucked up stories. There's some bad ones, dog. Like it's terrible. And just remember, that's a misdemeanor now in California, in case you're one of them. So head on over there and fucking oh god, no, I don't condone that.
Wait. What exactly is a misdemeanor?
They made the intentional transference of the HIV virus onto an unsuspecting partner a misdemeanor in California.
What was
that happened a while ago.
What was it before?
A felony.
Yeah,
because
it should be a felony.
Transmitting disease to them. No. Apparently, the way to look at it is there was too much stigma, and it's not the death sentence that it used to be. You can live with it now, mind you. You have to incorporate a lot of fucking drugs into your diet now.
Oh yeah, no. Let me just deliberately give this person a life-altering disease.
Let me actually look up what is the price of HIV medication.
I'm gonna hide in my Dragon's book now. Have you picked that supplement up yet?
No, because there'll just be a PDF available at some point.
Good point. We don't condone bootlegging PDFs, by the way.
Yeah.
I remember getting this book from the Scholastic Book Fair at school. You ever have those, Griffin?
Yeah. That's a Virginia thing. I know. They do it a lot.
I remember getting a book on dragons in my Catholic school.
Hey, there's dragons in the Bible. Maybe not the Catholic Bible, but Did you try and cross your fucking legs again?
No, I was tapping the book against my leg, and it whipped down into the nuts.
What's wrong with you? So the answer
Boy, help me.
Antiretroviral therapy can cost an average of $9,360 per year for each patient with a CD4 cell count below 50 cells per millimeters cubed. This compared to average annual costs of between $11,800 and $12,313 for those with higher CD4 cell counts. I don't really know how to read that. Anyways, I don't know. There are some things where there are apparently some low income like treatments for it and shit like that. But still, point is, it is to be fair, it is specifically for a case in which you have it, you have it, and you intentionally give it to someone without following the safe procedures, and you have not informed them.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. But, what do you expect from California? But it's 3 o'clock. And I think as Jacob has nutted himself and confirmed that he will never have children.
That's been gone.
And as we have now confirmed that we'll never get sponsored because we don't have the right opinions on very specific fucking things, and don't believe that you should intentionally spread HIV to people without letting them know, and don't like furries, because I know Twitch is big on furries. They seem to be.
That one Twitch mod cough.
Oh god! Oh no! Don't talk about that. That will actually get banned.
I like shit.
Oh god!
YouTube exists, bitch. YouTube exists.
I don't even. That's not much better.
Hey, if Drinker can have his podcast, then we can have ours.
Yeah, but I I don't want to be like him. I'm a sober boy.
I'll be the
Like
critical drinker of our group.
all of you should be.
Drink,
All right.
make merry, have fun, live life to the
No,
fullest, no
no,
regrets.
no. Eat your prayers, say your vitamins, live long and don't prosper because Star Trek is fucking lame.
Always remember, no one else loves you. We love you.
No, we don't.
Well, we're gotta let them know, think we do at least, so they feel
No.
kind of nice.
This is how you cause parasocial relationships, and then fucking we get people sending Joe a bunch of nude pictures of themselves, and it's like, oh wow, those are Coronito guys, and it's like, oh wait, they're all guys, and then bad things happen to
This,
them.
this is how we make. No, this is how we cultivate a group of simps.
Jacob, I've seen all of us. No one is simping for us, and we don't have simpable voices.
A little bit of voice training and a voice modifier can change that.
Jacob, I'm not going to allow us to go down that path.
Too late for me, Griffin. Save yourself.
There's never too late. I don't give up on my friends.
VR chat does shit to a man.
Jacob, one of these days I'm going to sneak into your home. All right.
While I'm in VR.
No, I'm going to wait for that one, like, 3-minute period that you're not in VR. And then I'm going to steal all your VR shit and I'm going to burn it. All right. Because we're going to get you some help, whether you like it or
But
not.
what about Blade and Sorcery?
I don't give a fuck about Blade and Sorcery.
But I want to beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Jacob, there have been far too many times where I've looked at my Xbox friends list and I have seen you on VR chat at ungodly hours.
Usually between the hours of midnight and 3 a.m.
Yes, those are ungodly hours. That's when witches and demons are out. Real witches, not fucking Twitter and TikTok women.
not the Wicca.
Oh,
Which,
God.
fun fact, was made by a dude so he could get with more girls. Oh, it's all about sisterhood and everything. No, it was about getting pussy.
Yeah, kind of like Kwanzaa. That's not a lie, folks.
Wait, what?
I don't know if it was exactly about getting pussy, but it was completely made up by like some fucking African ideologue who basically just did it to get followers and shit.
Alright then.
It was some like spiritual fucking leader, but like it was completely made up to get fucking publicity and shit. And probably pussy.
Dude, if it was a dude who started it, it's definitely about pussy.
Well, I mean, it was. But
You're about the fucking African warlord who's turned into a fucking evangelical Christian and is going around to the families of the people whose children he ate and trying to ask for forgiveness.
No.
He literally goes around every time to be like, I did this for your son. For your son. He told me to come and save it. And they're like freaking the fuck out because this African warlord is at their doorstep.
I would freak out too.
Who, mind you, ate their sons and daughters. Asshole first.
Well, you know, he apologized. That makes it all better.
Okay, Vosh.
Listen. Are you trying to say... I'm not going to say it. Okay, no, I'll replace it. Are you trying to say that if Mussolini apologized for his actions, that wouldn't make it all better?
I think Mussolini tried to apologize for his actions as they were dragging him through the streets.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Yeah, Jay, if you want to look up more about its creator, his name is Maulana Karenga. that is not his born name, as I'm sure you can imagine, as he is
That shit insane.
well, no, he's American. He's from Maryland.
Motherfuckers from Baltimore be like,
Oh yeah. No, he's from Parsonsburg.
okay, let's end this shit before we really do get canceled.
He's charged with felony assault and false imprisonment. So he's a nice man too.
Let's squash this shit before we get goddamn lynched. Before we get
lynched. You can't say that, Jacob. Jesus.
Sure I can. I'm not saying that we're gonna lynch a black man.
Oh my god, you said it.
Ah.
In the stream. Fuck, end it. Oh god.
That quote, and fucking the Vietnamese are animals are gonna get goddamn clipped.
Jacob, you fool, end it, you fucking moron.
Good night, Bruce.
Jesus fuck.